Hello there, and welcome back to Rimworld Roulette episode 10. Now as you can see, down south we have quite a bit queued up in front of our kill box. This is actually not all that complicated, don't be intimidated by it. It's a maze, essentially, that the enemies have to run. Once they enter over here, they'll sort of path all the way down here, up and to the right, and then all the way over to the left, up and around, eventually coming out through this corridor. These doors will be held open, these ones here, as well as these ones here, and just in case any one of them gets broken, the door outside, just kind of make sure that this stays as one room. And we want this to be one room, which is roofed. Let me remember to do that as well. Just like this. Oh, hold on, I've got to set it up correctly. There we go. We want to make sure this is roofed, so that just in case anything, were to wander inside, we can set fire to these wooden barricades and this chem fuel barrel, and pretty much just cook everything in this room. It's pretty dark, but it gets the job done. It's going to be completely useless against mechs, but it should give us a fighting chance against lower grade androids. So yeah, that's pretty useful. Our storyteller for this episode is going to be Freya Fierce. Basically what she does is apply a mood debuff to all of your androids if you don't leave and go and attack people. So we're going to have to do just that this episode. We're going to have to go on a raid, and I think I've got a good target in mind. So, out on the world map here, you can see that we don't really have all that much in our local neighborhood. We have a couple of mech hives we need to take out before they upgrade at the actual mechanoid level. In fact, maybe that's our first point of call. We have an infested settlement over here full of insects. We have a Progresso, I think these are civil outlanders, or sorry, not so civil outlanders, roughlanders. We have an actual civil outlander that we've managed to piss off over here in Beethurst. We have a savage tribe, we have some angry androids, we have a more of a civil group. So there's a few options. They're all quite far though. I was looking at what our options are for moving around the map quickly. Obviously, we have a lot of chem fuel available to us now, so maybe we could set up some transport pods. If I head over here, transport pods, there we go. They are currently locked behind high-tech research, which we can produce. As you can see over here, we have the high-tech research bench, and I think that this room right here might be a fairly good candidate for a bit of a research table. We could move that door around, and maybe we could fit we could fit 3 with the multi-analyzer in that corner. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Then all we need to do is just do a bit of a shuffle here. I'll move this one over one. And voila, we can throw in a slate door. Hey, could you work on that wall? Perfect. So this will be our research room. We're going to need all of that fairly soon. If I have a quick look over here at our component situation, we're at 46. Each of these takes 10, so we're only going to build one for now. Then looking at steel, we have 1,730. We also have a bunch in this cavern we've unlocked, like 3 huge nodes right there. So that's not too much of a problem. We're also definitely going to want to wall in this just a little bit more, thicken that up nice and good. We also have a bit of extra silver, which means that we're going to want to throw down some sterile tiles right over there. Beautiful. And that's kind of that. We're sort of slowly chipping away at this. This is going to be where our Rimfeller stuff goes. That's all the oil works, if you guys aren't aware. These things here, we have a lot of it researched. We just kind of need to, get on it. Because once we can start sticking napalm bombs and shit down in here, yeah, we're not even going to need this setup. This is just going to work beautifully. What's a spark grid? Ignites flammable things when powered? Oh my god, we can do this remotely? Oh, well, guys, I think we know what's happening next. Okay, snapping forward a few days here, and you'll see that without too much trouble at all, the kill box is ready to go. Our lab is pretty much set up, which is looking good. We moved the remaining few research benches out of there and put them in here, along with the very nice lab counters there. This thing now has a total speed bonus of 123%, 10% from the room cleanliness, 7% from the research counters, and 5% from the filing cabinet. Once we put down the multi-analyzer, that'll be another 10. Pretty damn cool, if you ask me. I think if we were to actually surround one of these with just research counters, we could maybe get it up to 160%, which means that it would be, worth one and a half, just over 1.5 of one of these. So we could only build 2, have them back to back. I don't know. A lot of things you could play with that, but we're not going to worry about that too much for now. What we're going to go for is transport pods, and then the multi-analyzer right afterwards. But we're going to want transport pods, and then after that, the super pod. That is the good stuff right there. However, we're not going to get that in this episode. Even if I pushed really hard, ooh, some more steel, I don't think we'd manage to get there. So instead, what we're going to do is we're just going to caravan it like a bunch of peasants. We've been wanting to go up here and trade with these guys for a while. That's why we built that muff unit. So we might as well go ahead and do that. And I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll take all of the T2s, right? All of these guys right here. Everyone after Kendrick. Okay, so from Chappie to Kendrick, those are our good boys. Oh, and that reminds me, we need to actually add some more people into the game. And say hello to Theodore. There we go. Very nice to have you, man. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Everybody is currently quarrying because they've got nothing else to do, which is a pretty good sign that we've got somewhere else to be. So the kill box is ready. I feel like with the remaining tier 1s just standing here on the front lines, I think we could put down pretty much anything that comes at us. So I feel fairly confident sending these guys off. They've got the turrets to help them as well, if nothing else. So, where are we going to go? That's the real question, right? And I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and do a bit of a trade, and then we're going to attack Progresso. That's probably the best bet that I can think of. We might even be able to pick up a few extra people over at that android settlement. So I'm going to load them up with everything we want to get rid of, and then go and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Okay, and what we feared has indeed happened. Tactical Unit Phi is attacking us, a fairly small raid. I think because they came in with transport pods, we get a bit of a reduction in the actual raid value. But these dudes are not to be messed with. Oh, man. So we've got a series of assassins by the look of it. Yeah, they're all assassins and some seekers. Seekers, they kind of suck. Seekers do this like area of effect damage, basically. If you shoot them, they like blow up. But these dudes here are human. What is their threshold? Oh, 51 degrees. Yeah, we can cook them. We can cook them just fine. Yeah, that marksman's gear actually adds a ton of like value. Wow, what is that? Is that this over here, the marksman's gear? Cool. It's like a stabilizer for the gun, I guess. But yeah, we don't want to be fighting these guys hand on hand at all. Their android raiders are probably the least of our concerns. A snub carbine. Huh. Painfully slow rate of fire for a carbine. Okay, it's got pretty decent accuracy. But yeah, these Federation sniper rifles, they're pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of them. They don't really do enough damage to like really compete with some of the other sniper options. But hey, they're not terrible either. So right now, that debuff that she's giving us isn't actually all that bad, right? Yeah, we should be fine. But if we let that keep going, and if I don't know if switching the Storyteller is going to get rid of it, so I'd really rather not find out. Oh, we also had a new person join us. Where is Cole? There he is. Hello, Cole. Welcome to the colony. Where are you? There you are. He is a T2. He is pretty milquetoast, really. He's really good at mining, and that's kind of it. He's not capable of a whole bunch of stuff, unfortunately. But hey, a dedicated miner. We're going to need a whole lot of that in the coming weeks. There's a lot more mountain to dig out, as we can see. Okay, the Federation soldiers are actually beginning to attack us now, so it's time to bring everybody into the front lines. JC can continue actually delivering steel to this thing. I decided to build a couple of steel searchlights, but you know what? Doesn't look like we're going to have the time. JC, you are my Molotov specialist, so I'm going to have you head down. Heisen doesn't actually fight, so they can go off. Cole needs a weapon. Cole, what are we going to give you? We haven't really got all that much. I sent most of the weapons off to be sold, but you can have that bolt action for now. Okay, yeah, we haven't really got the best of the best on the front lines here, but they're going to have to do. Let's do the quick, the traditional energy check. Poyo can go ahead and get some, as can Lucian. We're just going to make sure that everybody's got as much as possible before this fight actually starts. Tanner, JC's fine. Toby, Matthew, James. Yeah, we're looking okay. What I am going to need then is someone to run secondary. Sidious is going to have to be the one to do it. Someone needs to come over here and close this door behind them. Just to help them really bake in the flavor. Okay, JC is almost in position. Once they're about here in the kill box, we'll light the candle. I just want to make sure that most of them actually make it in. This guy's probably going to make it out before we can set it off, but that's okay. That should be fine. We're going to get Sidious to stand on the inside of that little corridor. Again, triple doored to really discourage the AI from coming through. This won't do anything to sappers, but to these guys, we should be able to kind of, kite them a bit. Okay, we've arrived at Oakvale. We're going to deal with that shortly. Cole is armed. Come over here, Cole. Tanner should be, a little bit more on the energies front. You know what? They can wait a little longer. The kill box should hopefully take care of this. Yeah. The android is T4 Android Raider. My god, I want him. Come on, bring it in. What's the overheat temperature of these Seekers? They are... Overheat temperature is 250 degrees. Okay, so they're not going down in here, because this will get to about 100 if I planned it correctly. It takes a bit of tweaking and a bit of planning to get it all right, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're almost there. Once these guys are about here, I mean, he's going to probably almost be all the way out, but that's fine. Once the majority of them are inside, we can go ahead and light this candle and see how we do. India's a little slow. I want them around the first bend so that when Sidious pops out, they don't just immediately shoot at him, because they might actually be able to get a line from about there. Okay, Bucky's about a third of the way through, maybe half. He's about halfway through over there, so this is a good time to swoop in. Sidious, let's go. Okay, close them in. JC, come on down. And light that candle, please. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. Okay, you can pull back. Sidious can pull back. There we go. They haven't turned around to shoot at him. Nice. And that has worked beautifully. Okay, Sidious, I'm going to assume you need to charge. You two can come out and fight now. James, take better cover than that, please. Holmes, go over there. Nice. Actually, come stand over here, Holmes. That shotgun's not going to do you much good at the edge of the world. Okay, JC, you're actually just free to go. Okay, so the temperature in here is now 40 degrees. And climbing. Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. This is working well. And we haven't even triggered that chem fuel barrel. There it goes. Oh, hopefully it'll catch Bucky as he comes through, actually. Oh shit, they're going off to the doors. Okay, and he's given up on the doors because he caught fire. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. And we should get the secondary explosion. Okay, thankfully it hasn't knocked out these, and even if it does, it doesn't matter. These doors being here, even though they're open, will mean that this stays as one room. Okay, we're now at 116 degrees Celsius, and yet we don't see any heat stroke kicking in just yet. Their equipment is very heat resistant though. At 134 now, surely we should start seeing something. There we go, heat stroke initial on India. There we go. Okay, so these guys were a little bit too well equipped, which means that people in marine armor might be a little bit tough as well. So I think in future we'd want to light it as they enter rather than as they're leaving, but that's okay. That's okay. So we don't want this to get too hot, basically. We don't want this to be at like 300 degrees. That would be great to take them all out quickly, but oh, they are actually starting to get burnt now. Wonderful. Okay, and again, even if they bust that open, this still stays indoors, so we don't lose the temperature. It'll vent, but not very quickly. Okay, nice. This is working well. This is working very well. So they're all coming out now. And even though they're making it out, they're slightly heat-stroked, which means their consciousness is reduced, and some of them have caught burns, which is very good for us. Okay, cool. And we are actually able to take them out as they're coming. This needs some tweaking, but this is a pretty good proof of concept, I think. Yeah, pretty good indeed. We're going to have to repair all of this, though. That door is about to go. Yeah, that probably needs to be plasteel. Oh, damn it. He used the shield. I was hoping we could keep that. Okay, well, that's gonna be there for another 23 seconds. So, yeah, but he's not going to be able to take out our turret in that time. Okay, well, I'll call that a success. Let's go see what's happening over at Oakvale. Let's trade over what we have. So they've got 1,800 silver, and more importantly, yes, they have a T2 android we can buy. He is an architect, very decent intellectual and construction. I would like him very much so. That's 2,500 for Afton. So what do we sell? Alright, selling off some insect jelly and all of our clothing that we brought with us, plus some weapons, actually gives us about 4,351 silver to work with after we bought Afton, which is pretty cool. So they have a few implants here for androids that we might be interested in, maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Let's sell off that Furum as well. They've got a Zoology Implant, which basically allows us to work with animals better, a Tricorder, which helps with medical skill, advanced heatsink, basically higher threshold, but only T3s and up. Basic labor chip. This is a really good one. Basically, you do everything faster. I'm a huge fan of the basic labor chip. Look at that, 150% general labor speed. That is kind of wow, right? Like, and you actually do double that for smoothing. Yeah, I'm a big fan of basic labor chip, so we're definitely going to get that. The Charisma Implant's pretty good too, as you can use that to improve your trade value. Look at that, trade price improvement, baseline of 10%, plus whatever your buff to social gives you. Right now, John, who is our negotiator, he's got a skill of, I think, 10 social, and we get plus 10% at this difficulty. Pretty good, pretty good. What do we want to buy off of them, though? They kind of have garbage for weapons. I was sort of hoping we could pick up something a bit heavy-hitting to take on those Civil Outlanders, but I think instead we're just going to grab the Psychic Shock Lances and the Insanity Lance. Those have 2 uses each, and they are powerful. It was also pointed out to me that armoring the head of the androids is kind of a bit... It's like a secondary problem. Unlike humans, the brain isn't as squishy on the androids, and the odds of the thorax getting destroyed before the brain is destroyed are pretty high. So as much as I'd like to buy these recon helmets and the marine helmets, I think we'd rather spend the money on a drop suit or some protective gear. This slows them down way too much, so 2... Oh, no, my god, -2, that's too much. Drop suit actually makes you faster. It doesn't have the best sharp resistance, 95% is high, but it's not as good as some of the leather armor we can make. But that move speed is... that is wow. It apparently also comes with a weapon? What weapon? I didn't realize this thing came with a weapon. Oh, it has a jump pack too. Oh man, that is actually pretty awesome. Oh, I really want one. Can we afford it if we sell off our chem fuel that we brought with us? We also have a bunch of animal pelts we can get rid of, as always. Yeah, I'm thinking if we sell off all of that chem fuel, we're at 900. You know what? I'm fine with paying that price. A drop suit would make a huge difference for us. Maybe an Architect teleport is also a good idea. I don't know. That kind of lets you zoot across the map, right? Yeah, but I mean, we'll get transport pods fairly soon, and then that sort of thing won't matter. Anyway, that was a fairly successful trade run. I'm gonna take that as good. I think that's good enough for now. Anyway, we'll come back here after we've turned all of our. Oh, hold on. Did I see a battle rifle? I did see a battle rifle. Wait, where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Battle rifle. There we go. That would be fairly helpful, as with that Gauss rifle. Definitely better than a bolt action, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll make do with what we have. Okay, so this has pretty much resolved itself, from what I can tell. We just kind of got to deal with that last one. Tanner, why don't you come out here with that sniper rifle? Holmes, you're actually free to go, bud. Yeah, how are you doing for battery? No, you go charge. Sidious can get pulled out, so let's just do a quick shuffle. Cole really needs to charge. Use battery, please. Poyo, everybody else is kind of fine. Toby could use a charge. Matthew could very much use a charge. Jamesy boy could use a charge. Yeah, T1s are not exactly very good for defending a set point for a long period of time. You know, my turrets could probably deal with this on their own, but I don't want my guys going out there to fight these fires. So for now, I'm just going to hold them, I think. Yeah, in fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a bit of a sneaky zoning here. Mountain base no longer includes anything in here. Yeah, don't go there. Just don't go there. Okay? Even if it's burning, don't go there, please. Because I know these idiots are going to go in there and clean. I've removed it from the home zone, but for some reason they'll still clean anyway. Okay, you're all free to go. Do whatever you want. Just please make sure, because they'll fight fires before they charge themselves, and that'll make them mime out on me. JC, go ahead and force battery charging. Okay. Everyone's looking good. This group needs to move on up, to attack Progressor. Well, let's just move next to it for now. And then we can make a decision once we're there. So as for our gear, yes, we want to equip people. I think I'm going to give Chappie the good. There we go, lovely. So he's now got a drop suit on. He's moving quickly with that mech rifle. That's going to be great. And I think we'll give this to Arnold. And yeah, you can take that black insect chitin leather. And then we'll give this to, I'm thinking Officer C4. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, he had the thrombo leather. Let's keep that on him. With the muffler wool and the flak pants. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I'm jonesing this. Let's keep all of that on there. Cloth pants? Yeah, those will work. Okay. You've got your leather on. Excellent. So he's set up. You've got a crucible armor. You've got one of those. This guy's wearing an apron. Yeah, Nielsen, let's swap the apron out. Okay, and your pants can become flak pants. Good. And your elephant leather pelt coat can go to... Can you wear it? No, you got the industrial exo frame. Well, that's better. Keep that, Arnold. Okay, so let's give the Psychic Insanity Lance to Chappie. And the Shock Lance we'll give to... Flex has got Smoke Pop. He's got a Shield Drop. I think we'll give that to Officer C4. He can be a bit like a shock trooper, going in there with that mono sword. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be really good. Afton, you can go ahead and have that. You can have this coat, you can have the cloth pants, and the apron. Basically, whatever is left. Okay, cool. Does Afton shoot? He does shoot, right? Yes, he does. Well, technically, not very well, but he does. Alright, cool. That's good. You guys keep moving. I'm pretty happy with that loadout, and let's get the base put back together, because it's kind of a little bit on fire right now. Okay, so our caravan has been stopped by some Red Lake bandits. They want Architect Mass Boots, the ones worn by Flex. These things are essentially, you know, they're worth a small fortune. And unfortunately, I can't take on 16 settlers, so we're going to give that and fight. We're going to give it to them and avoid the fight. We're moving in to attack Trogo Canyon over here. These are some... Oh, actually, let's wait just right next to them. These guys are a little bit, I think, outside of our weight class. We have, what, 8 androids? None of whom are particularly good shots. Trying to take on that. That's probably going to have turrets and mortars. I ain't trying to mess with that, so instead we're going to just sort of head over towards Trogo Canyon. I think that's punching down. That makes more sense, right? Ooh, and we've managed to catch a raid just as our transport pod research finished. Yeah, this is not good. So these guys apparently are related to someone on this map. I didn't actually see who. I don't know how that's possible on account of everyone here being... Ah, they're related to Swanson. Swanson is a space refugee. And Johanna here is the great-granddaughter of our space refugee. What was your lifestyle? You were a budding artist and a digger. Okay. Okay. Where is Johansson? I'm interested to see how this, I guess he must have been here before and left behind a few souvenirs. She started off as a scavenger. Huh. Okay, well, I mean, Johanna, that's a pretty cool origin story, but unfortunately you're gonna have to die horribly. I don't make the rules, it's just how it is. Are they actually coming in right away? They're going to use sappers. Ah, well, those are not good for me. I don't like sappers. What we're going to do is throw our few turrets in this hallway then, I think. Let's get that one moving. Jamesy boy, could you go ahead and get on that, please? And I have a feeling that they're going to go straight through into here or into here. Yeah, it looks like they're going into there. Okay, so we're going to get a pair of turrets in this hallway. That should hopefully slow them down a bit, and we can kind of just stand in front and shoot with them. Unless, where are you going? Rodlogson? Where are you going? Okay, is anyone coming to do this? Holmes, how are you for battery? They're pretty low. Why don't you go charge up, bud? In fact, actually, I think we're going to want to get everybody just to come here. Stop doing whatever you're doing. And, except James. James can stay. Everybody else, just come and charge your batteries, please. Yeah. We are very much at that point. Heisen, you can stay. That's fine. You just do your thing. Okay, they are, in fact, going to come through here. Here? Where are they going? Here? Yeah, looks like they're going there. Okay, well, that's actually fine. We can deal with that, too. I think we'll stick our turrets just here instead. James, could you move that again, please? Thank you. And... what are you digging through? Okay, so he's going through the steel door, and then through this steel door? Because if so, that would be great for me, because I can just stand in this corridor and shoot at them. In fact, let's go ahead and start setting that up. Holmes, could you come here? Actually, you know what? Holmes, go back to charging that battery, kiddo. Yeah, it's not looking good for him right now. Matthew, charge the damn battery, please. Thank you. Our biggest problem now is actually that we just sort of got caught with our pants down. James, I need you to charge. No, don't arrest, just charge. James, for the love of God, come and charge your battery, please. James. James. There we go. Okay, Sidious is ready. Sidious, come and stand over here. You're going to have to take fire from them. Everybody else is just going to have to fight, whether you're ready or not. Okay, with the turret, so let's stand behind it. Sidious, you're going to stand right there. I don't want you getting smashed. Okay, they are officially in the base, but the turret should draw most of the fire. I'm not too worried about this. Yeah, it looks like this is working. They're focusing on the turret instead of me. Turret, how are you doing? Bad. Poyo, repair the turret. Maybe we can keep it alive just a little bit longer. People, please shoot them. Okay, good. They're all on fire. That's going to keep it going a little bit longer. And our turret is gone, I think. Yep, okay, but everyone else is on fire, which is very good for us. Okay, let's fight them. There we go. We are actually winning this somehow. And it's amazing how useful those turrets are. Once you kind of just get them in the right place, it all makes sense. Is Johansson still alive? Yes, she is. Okay, his granddaughter made it out. I liked her. She can go. That's fine. Oh, we can actually capture ourselves another one, can't we? Haha. Yes. Lucian. Lucian, what are you up to? You're fine. Go ahead and capture that one for me, would you? Okay, everybody else put these people down. Thank you very much. And then we don't actually want that turret there. It's a bit of a loss, but it saved us from the raid. It's okay. They can take that door out. That's fine too. It's just a bit of steel. Okay, the rest of you put out these fires, please. Thank you very much. Well, that went pretty well, I think. All right, day has indeed dawned, and it's time to attack Trogo Canyon with Chappie's caravan. Let's go ahead and hit this. I haven't hit a save, so if we die here, we die. No chance of reloading, unfortunately, but that's okay. I have yet to save scum this series, and I'm trying really hard to avoid doing it. If I ever do, if it's sort of a game-breaking bug or something interferes, I will let you know. But so far, no save scumming. I try to avoid it in general in playthroughs. I think it takes away from like the challenge of Rimworld. The whole point is that it's kind of supposed to be hard, right? That's why it's a challenge. Okay, how are we doing for battery? That's what I was really worried about coming in here. Yeah, things are looking pretty damn low. Afton's actually going to be immune from miming, which is good. So is Chappie. But I think that it's probably not a bad idea to kind of just pause for a moment and just get everybody to eat a bit of grass, you know, go full cow for a second. Okay, while our androids are enjoying the life as obligate herbivores over there, we can have a look at what we've got against us. Tribals aren't particularly dangerous if you've got guns, but there are a lot of them usually, 13 in this case, so they do outnumber us almost 2 to 1. That's going to be a bit of a challenge if they can get through the initial phase of fire. As we saw with these guys, those tribals nearly overwhelmed us. We pretty much only won that because we had the turret, and because the turret didn't blow up on us. Okay, so they are actually attacking us now, but we should have enough juice in the tank with all of this grass to do this safely. Okay, so let's pull everybody into a firing formation. I think we'll just hold behind these rocks, and Officer C4 is going to do a bit of flanking here and there as needed. Let's bring you down and around. Buddy Signs, why don't you go up there and take cover behind that boulder? We're going to want to make sure that Officer C4 is kind of getting a bit of combat here. Go after Orange, why don't you, bud? There you go, let's go put him down. That should be fine. Yeah, I think the melee colonists coming in... Oh, we just shot him. Oh, come on. Afton, you're shooting your own people. Shoot that one instead. Okay, Officer C4 is going to deal with that with absolutely no trouble. I'd be very surprised if we lose anyone in this raid. Not overly surprised, just surprised. Now, here's a real question. Can we trade these people we've captured to that android settlement? I don't think they'll take prisoners. Some groups are willing to like buy prisoners from you, but not most of them aren't. I wonder, because it would be pretty good if we could sell a couple of the people, like Mantis over here. Are you going to be worth much, Mantis? $175. Not really. But that's just because she's injured. She's actually a fairly decent candidate. A Salamander there is probably going to be a good one too. Let's rush everybody down and see what we can do about taking over this place. See what we got actually out of the loot. Because we can just sort of leave the map at any time. How much time have we got? Just a bruise on you, 9 hours on you. Yeah, we got time. We've got time indeed. Okay, so we've destroyed the base, which has given us a lot of... Oh wow, that's actually a pretty fantastic improvement. Okay, so the Tatalos clan, which is the group that just attacked me, is no longer hostile. That is pretty damn sweet. And everybody else really liked us because we attacked raiders. Yeah, so attacking like civilized groups is actually not the best idea sometimes because they do tend to get a little bit pissy. Everybody here, go ahead and stop using... Yeah, don't use battery. Just eat the grass if you need to eat the grass. Okay, there's some hay there we can eat if we need to. But I didn't really come all this way for hay. There we go. That's what we came here for. It's the real loot. Okay, Arnold go in there. Afton go in there. I really wish there was a way just to kind of like auto-show everything in these rooms without having to walk in. I mean, I know it's part of the fun, but it's not really all that fun, is it? We have a couple of sleep rolls. We're going to want to pick those up for sure. Those you can't sell. That I know. After, nah, nothing there. Come on in here. A bit of pemmican, a couple of tables, and that's it. Okay, we also have some peaches. Okay, well that wasn't too bad at all, was it? No, I think we should just reform the caravan, take everything they've got here. These peach trees cannot be harvested, neither can that hay grass. Anything of high value on the map, any gold, any silver in the mining, some uranium we could grab. But nah, nothing else really. Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty straightforward then. Let's go ahead and reform the caravan. And we can probably head over to these guys to trade off some of that stuff we just got. So let's do just that. We'll grab these prisoners, of course. And I'm going to take a second to load up everything. Now that we've raided someone, yes, we have lost the restless debuff. Okay, cool. So now we can kind of just relax for a bit, probably until the end of our time with the Storyteller. Someone got an infection. I'm guessing it's probably not Swanson. Yeah, it's Oggeberg over here. Sorry, Oggeberg, that's a bit of a rough one, I know. Yeah, raw cannibalism. Yeah, they're not going to be very happy while they're here. It'll end soon, guys, I promise. We came across a mercenary caravan on the road who's actually willing to buy off these prisoners. Now, they're not worth much at this point, but that's fine. I think we're going to be hard-pressed to actually sell them elsewhere, so they can just go. We can also sell off all of that pemmican for a fat stack of cash and that gold. Yeah, and the herbal medicine. We're not going to need that. Okay, cool. Move on. We could have attacked them. I think we probably could have won too, but my guys are a little bit injured and I don't really want to push my luck. Okay, work begins now on our Rimfeller segment as well, which is looking pretty good. There's a lot going on here, so I'll try and explain it as best I can. These oil wells will pump out crude oil from this reserve down here, which has a cap of 87,000 units of oil. That's pretty good. That's actually quite a lot. This oil is then going to be pumped over here through these pipes to the storage tanks over here. We're only going to build one, which will be the third in the chain. Then, when we decide that we want to actually use this stuff, we're going to pump it out of here and into there. We can disable this pump from here, and I'm just realizing now that this actually won't work because these pipes are going to give me a bit of a headache if we try and do it that way, huh? Yeah. If we wanted to do it like this would have to go there, and that would have to be cancelled. Okay, which just means I've been trying to sort of space everything out with walls, but I guess there's just no wall between these two. That's fine. So anyway, the stuff will come in here, and then when we want to, we can actually go ahead and plummet further down the line. I'm going to need to continue that. Let's go ahead and patch this up. There we go. Okay. Then the crude oil will head over to these two refineries, where it can be, once again, toggled on and off. We can flood it into these two storage tanks right here. We also have the option of feeding off the tank. These will be linked, so we can draw from this one. This will be where our two power plants go, the large ones. I just can't put that one down now, because they'll mine out this slate, and the rock roof will collapse, destroying all my blueprints. So no. Basically, these are the chem fuel tanks. They'll fill up. We can withdraw chem fuel or store chem fuel directly, so we can pour jars. We can pour the jerry can into the tank, or we can pull jerry cans out of the tank. Pretty useful stuff. On the right-hand side, we have napalm refining, and on the left-hand side, we have synthylene. Now, all of this takes a hell of a lot of steel and components, so you'll understand why I'm kind of hesitant at the moment to just build it all. We're definitely going to build most of it, though. This wall can get moved over there. Identical thing that exists already. Oh, the subsurface conduit? Nah, we can move that. And then we can actually cancel that power conduit construction right over there, and instead build it over there. Okay, lovely. So yeah, right now we're just sort of filling in everything, and that's it. That's the whole loop. And then we just need a secondary offshoot from here. And basically what this one's going to do is, if we don't want to store the chem fuel, we just want to sort of burn as much as we need for power, we can run that into this point here. So that will sort of take from both of these as they produce and burn it with no buffer in between. Or if we want, we can tap into the buffer directly. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. I think the plumbing will work. It might need some tweaking, because Rimworld's plumbing is a little bit of a nightmare, but it should be fine. We're also going to move the resource console into here. There you go. And we should have power linked up to everything on this side with this connection right here. Which actually makes me think maybe we need a bit more redundancy than just one failure point. A single zits and we could lose everything. So why don't we actually draw a backup cable right over there. Okay, so we have a new join as well with Bradford. I think this is the second Bradford we've actually received. He is a crack shot and a decent speaker. So Bradford's probably going to be stuck on prisoner recruitment. Not that we do much of that. And guest charming. That we do a lot of. Okay, and as you can see, this thing's now complaining that it doesn't have a pipe, and they've somehow botched that construction like 15 times. But that's okay. That's okay. Everything is separated by slate walls. Now, this is just to try and contain explosions. Anything in here, if it catches on fire, goes big boom. So these walls aren't meant to stop the explosion, it's rather meant to just sort of direct it elsewhere. You'll see a lot of it is designed to sort of take explosions and then vent them into areas where there isn't anything. So the fact that there's no wall here kind of sucks, and even if we put one in, this gap would still vent it, so if this blows, it'll take this with it. But if one of these things blows, it might take out this wall, but it won't take out these chem fuel tanks. It'll sort of blow out into here and here, and it'll get stopped over there and just sort of vent over here. Not perfect, but it's a better solution than just sort of leaving it. We're not going to put doors in any of this, because what that would mean, effectively, in fact we can actually hold open that one, because if we include doors, what we're doing is we're kind of closing this off, and that means it's very likely to catch, that if something catches fire, it'll make other stuff catch fire. And I'd rather that this have as much aeration as possible, really. In fact, this door can be held open too now. Alright, we have arrived at Oakvale with that caravan almost done with the quadrum here. We have some berries and things we can sell off, and of course more plasteel that we can buy. That's sort of why we're here, really. It'll take a while before they refresh their inventory. In fact, we can't see it from this screen, but I'll be able to check once we finish trading here. Yeah, we want to make sure we can get all of that plasteel, so we can go back with 240, that would be amazing. There isn't really much left for us to trade though, unfortunately. They do still have some really enticing stuff, but yeah, it's okay. I'd like to get this all. Can we get rid of the wood? Is that going to push us over the edge? Or just not? Well, I'm not selling my donkeys, so I guess we'll just have to leave behind a little bit of plasteel. There we go, 2 units. Bringing it back with nearly 300, that is pretty good. Wild Goose Revenge. Oh yes, I'm doing some very sort of minor hunting just next to the base here, just to make us a little bit of extra cash. Where is that wild goose, and whose revenge is it taking? Huh, okay. Well, all of our prisoners decided that they'd rather fight us than, you know, be eaten, so they decided to fight us, and then were eaten, unfortunately. Very tragic, really. But yes, that kind of just happened while I wasn't looking. My colonists are fairly good at taking care of these sort of things by themselves. Now, these android bases really do run themselves. What it seems like I'm mostly doing these days is kind of planning, and then just sort of waiting for it to happen, which is fun. It's not really some of the way you normally play Rimworld, is it? Yeah, anyway, we're going to plug all this stuff in. We should have the power cables connected. I'm not sure what the holdup is here. Is it because we're still building power conduits? No, so why don't you reach? Is that power conduit just too far away? It might be. Let's go ahead and link it up. We'll have to link it up anyway to link up with those generators, so let's do that. Do one of these, do one of these, and then hit a few subsurface conduits. I don't like the way conduits look in this game, so I like linking them up like this rather. Okay, that should work just fine. Beautiful. And now that we have so many walls in place, we can actually go ahead and place down the first of our chem fuel generators. Definitely going to want those. And I think a wall between the two of them is a prudent move. Alright, and I think it's time we install that basic labor chip. Arnold's going to be our recipient, because why not? He's a pretty fantastic crafter, and I kind of want to make sure that's what he's doing 24/7. So the faster we can get him doing that, the better, I think. So yeah, there we go. Chappie's going to go ahead and install it, and I'm pretty sure with our android bed, our repair table, and Chappie's pretty phenomenal crafting skill, we should be able to do this without too much trouble. Yes, and indeed it worked, which means Arnold now has the basic labor chip installed. 150% to general labor speed, and 50% extra to smoothing speed. So let's see how he goes through this. Oh yeah, look at him, he's blazing through that cloth duster. Wow, crop duster, definitely not crop duster. Much smaller. His manipulation is unfortunately still weakened by his missing pinky, but I figured this would help to sort of balance that out a little bit. Okay, what do we have on the map? We have a combat supplier from the androids. Cool. Cool. Is there anything we could get to fight them for us? Yes. These gigantelopes would be a pretty neat target. Wasn't there also an... Oh, I think there was a quest I had available for a mech cluster that would land right next to us. But nah. Chappie, how are you for power? You're full. Come over here. I want you to piss off those gigantelopes. Let's see if we can't get them to attack us, and then maybe attack our robot friends over here. We will lose some reputation for doing this, but we've earned a whole bunch by defeating those other baddies, so we should be fine. Go ahead and shoot this one. Oh, first shot. You are kidding me. Oh man, that is great. Okay, we might need to use a jump on this one. We've got all the chem fuel we could ever want, though, to refuel, so that's fine. Go ahead and jump forward. There we go, stunning, and they should just engage directly, because that's a whole bunch of extra weapons. Because that's kind of what we're running shy on right now. I was a little hasty, just a little hasty, it turns out, in selling off all of my guns. So I'd like to see if we can't get a few more from this. Oh, don't need to be going that fast, though. Okay, so they've actually taken down 2 of the Gigantophobes already, and Cho isn't even down yet. Yeah, androids, a little bit OP. Okay, well, that didn't quite have the effect expected, but hey, it did sort of work. We got a bunch of food out of it at least, and a double-action revolver. Yay, definitely worth it. Let's just go ahead and hunt these, unforbid those, that's a bunch of meat, and I think heavy fur, which is pretty cool. A hedgehog we can grab. There were some other animals lying around here we can eat. Oh, there was a meadow av. Yes, please. Those have a good amount of bird skin on them. Anything else we want over here, though? There's not really much on the map at the moment. Yeah, nothing that's going to fight them. There's a rhino, but I don't think the rhino is going to be able to take that on his own. Okay, and the end of the quadrum is upon us. A whole bunch of stuff happened all at once there. We got the animal disease plague on Tuffy, but thankfully for Tuffy, I don't think they can get the plague. No, they can't, so, you know, screw you. Anyway, we now have Serena once again. Oh god, this is gonna suck. So we're gonna head over just quickly, so I don't forget, to the hot seat mod. We're gonna find Hildgard Epic. No, that's not who we want. We want our previous person was Freya Fierce. She's going down to 4 times as likely now, and Serena is down to 3. Yeah. Soon these guys won't be accessible at all, which would be really interesting. We can just turn them off at a point if we feel like we're getting them too often. But yeah, Randy Random, Phoebe Chillax, we've had a few of them. The Void still hasn't hit us yet. I feel like that's going to be an end game thing. You know, as soon as Void comes, we might legitimately die. So I'm not too fussed that they're not here yet. For those of you who don't remember, Serena is a bit of a nasty one. It's her. She's impatient and she hits us with a lot of stuff really quickly, which means that mine happenings are gonna be high. Anyway, we got Kara, who's our latest join. Kara is a T2, another T2, that's 3 in a row. It's been a good season. Unfortunately, she's non-violent though. Excellent intellectual and animals, so we're gonna go ahead right now and just set up Kara before I forget. Yeah, T1 over there. Beautiful, beautiful. She can do a bit of wardening if she wants, but this person really doesn't have to. Okay, great. We have quite a bit of cleanup to do around the base in general. Things are looking good, but they could be better. Right now, our Rimfeller stuff is set up, which is currently drilling. We're 24% down. We should probably have this going by the end of the next episode, and that means we should have some chem fuel coming in. I'll need to build this thing. We've eaten through a lot of our steel, so in fact, actually, let's go ahead, queue that up. We can dig that thing out, and all of this. That's going to be good. This quarry is paying for itself 100 times over already, but yeah, we can always use more. Components are going to be the next big one, and I think for that we're going to want the long-range scanner. So in fact, after we've got the super pod, we're going to want to get the long-range mineral scanner. This basically puts a little node out in the world, and you can go out and get it. You tune that to components, and you'll get like 50 a time. It's pretty cool. Yeah, other than that, we've just sort of been sorting out our storage, cleaning things up a bit. As you can see, we have our textiles on pallets, we have our sort of raw resources in a box, all of our stone in a box. We have over 8,600 bricks. My god, we are loaded. And yeah, that's kind of the end of it. We have been very, very gradually pulling apart the mountain roof. As you can see, this is the current status of it. So yeah, we still got quite a lot of it, which is still mountainous, but, you know, I think all of the most vital pieces aren't, except this. This is the next big project. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to make sure that infestations can't spawn in there. Okay, but anyway, guys, that's kind of all we have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers!